up nicely. It's the Drew and Fuse Show. The Drew and Fuse Show. The Drew and Fuse Show. Yeah, they clean up nicely. Yeah.
Hello.
Hey.
Happy Halloween yesterday.
So we're almost at 100 and we still don't have a proper intro down, but we're getting there.
Yeah, that's all right. I think we're just out here keeping it real,
Out here trying to function. Halloween is coming up.
No, it was yesterday. It was yesterday.
Yeah. You survived your Halloween weekend gigs. How it's just like it's almost like New Year's Eve, right? It's just a shit show.
Yeah, and I feel like every Halloween the clothing just gets less and less.
I mean, I argue that. I'm so sad every time that happens. I'm like, oh no,
Really?
put clothes on. I'm like,
Same.
put clothes on. I walk around with a bag of clothes and I'm just like, here you go, sweetie, cover up.
Did you see any good costumes? Like any clever ones that you thought were really good?
You sent me that clip of Weekend at Bernie's. That's easily the best one by far.
That's the better ones I saw too. For you guys that are listening, it was a clip online of guys walking around the bar dressed as Weekend at Bernie's, and they had Bernie in front of them. They were just like keeping him upright, walking through the bar.
That was so good. At the club that I was at, Heat Ultra Lounge, was so packed that I mean it was just overly packed. You couldn't even move. It was to the point of not fun. It was too crowded.
I don't know how people I mean, our job depends on that, but I just don't understand how people like that. They're like, yeah, I'm in here. And they're like,
dude, when you were 20, you used to love that. Stop. Come on.
I don't know if I did. Maybe. I can't remember what it's like to be 20. It was so long ago.
Back in my days, I used to like the 20s. No, it was popping, dude. You'd be like, oh, I don't want to go there. It's dead there, right? You always want people, and then it gets to the point of a breaking point where I'm like, fuck, I know people here. Like the bouncers are trying to help guide me through, so I can use the bathroom. It's just nuts. But
now you're like, where the bar's dead? I want to go there.
No, I still like busy bars.
I don't. I want it to be me, my friend, and the bartender. And that's it.
That sounds terrible.
Oh gosh, I have to talk with my friends. What a terrible life. What a terrible night at the bar.
Look, if I'm getting the lucky part of being able to go out, if I have any spare time, I do like people watching. So it's not terrible by any means. It's just that if I'm going to go to a bar, I'd like to be able to people watch. If I just want to hang out with my friends, then going to the bar is probably not where I'm going to go. I guess that's what I'm saying.
Right. There was a couple good ones. There was a couple guys at Fishbowl that did my Dick in a Box costume, and that was good. It was funny.
It's good.
You know,
It's good. Did the box open and have anything funny inside of it?
I don't know about that. I don't know. I didn't reach in the box.
I feel like if you're trying to pick up on chicks, that would be the move, right? Just to have something in it to where it's like, open it up and see what you see,
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know what I would put in it. Maybe there's just like a bunch of crumbled up pieces of paper with your phone number on it, and they can just reach in and grab it out. The costume for next year for you, Drew. There you go.
There you go.
You're welcome.
There it is. Lock it in.
I don't know what else I saw. Now that I'm on the spot myself, I'm like, oh, what did I see? I saw so many Travis Kelce's and Taylor Swift. I think that was like the pop culture costume of now.
Well, Barbie was the only thing I saw.
Barbie. Yeah.
Oh,
I saw a lot of Barbies.
Everyone was Barbie and Ken. Actually, I take that back. I did see two pretty good costumes. One guy was David Bowie from The Labyrinth.
Okay.
which pretty tight. And
Yeah.
then the other one, it took me a second, but it was Bad Bunny. But he had like just this terrible wig.
That's pretty funny.
That one
Definitely
was good.
funny.
I like that one. Over.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I had fun this weekend. I played at Fishbowl on Friday, and then I was at Red Leprechaun Saturday, and both were busy nights. So it was good times.
Yeah, it's the party. It's the weekend where every single person known to man is having a party.
Right. Right. Anyway, we've got a great guest for you guys today. Before we get on with that, I just want to say if you're not using direct music service, you can sign up using the promo code Drew and Few Show. It'll get you 30% off your first month of activation. So if you haven't signed up yet, use that promo code. It'll get you 30% off your first month. Also, shout out to our friend Briggs over at briggsbeardcompany.com. You can use promo code DAFS. It'll get you 20% off your order at briggsbeardcompany.com if you want some beard oil, a DAFS candle.
Well, we're working on a
Get,
custom scent coming out,
right.
which the three that we're gonna have everyone vote on here is
It was Daft's Funk.
Daft's Funk. Love that one. That's probably my favorite.
Drops of Drupiter. And
the tears from all my haters for Fuse.
yeah. So those shout out to Briggs. That's we're working on something special with him. Hopefully we'll get that figured out in the future. Hopefully it won't take as long as our custom merch store took. But it finally happened. And
it did finally happen.
Yeah. So
and if hopefully you grabbed a shirt. If you did not grab a shirt,
we're gonna do some more. Yeah, we're gonna do some more though. We're gonna have a limited release. Yeah, limited release one-off shirts. So the next one's gonna be something good. And once that's done, you won't be able to get it anymore. So all right. So our guest today is hailing in from Chicago. She is a former Miss Chicago Dance and has movie credits, including the movie Save the Last Dance. She's sponsored by Ultimate Ears and is a brand ambassador for DAS Audio. She's a resident at STK and just finished doing a tour with STK all over the United States with some other ladies. She has helped plan some of the large scales events for DJ X and Mex in Vegas. She's worked with clients such as Jay Sean, 50 Cent, and other large brands. Please help us welcome Chitown Shani. Hey.
Where did you get that bio?
Scoured the internet.
we had to dig, and that's something that we've been bringing up to our guests here is you got to keep them bios fresh because at some point someone's looking for you. You know what
I was
I'm saying?
like, did you want my EPK? I would have sent it to you.
We grabbed it, found some old bios, and combined it all in for the intro.
That was like when Warren asked for anyone that could send him the video of like me dancing from back in the day was going to get a month, like 3 months free of like DMS when we were doing a Twitch.
That.
Yeah, when I did Twitch for DMS.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he in the middle of it, he was like, if anybody could find any old videos when Shani used to dance of any of her old, of her on tour.
This is during Twitch.
Somebody did. Somebody found me back on tour, and
that's hilarious. We got that's probably stemmed because we had the video of Warren. We would put up dancing. It was like a GIF of Warren.
Yeah, let's not go there, guys. Let's not because a lot of people don't know that I used to. Well, we'll get into that with all that, but a lot of people don't know that. They just know me as a DJ. So a lot of people don't know that.
What did you do in that movie? What did you do in the movie?
I was well, the movie was filmed in Chicago, and it was filmed at one of the clubs that I used to be a dancer at Crowbar. When Psycho Bitch and Terry Bristol, God rest her soul, who just passed away, were DJs, and they used us as extras. So I was like one of the girls that danced by. Like when they were like teaching a old girl like how to dance at the club when she was getting those dance lessons, and we were just dancing in the club.
if you say any part of the actual movie,
No.
yeah, I did
No,
not watch it. I didn't
no,
watch it, so
no,
you can tell me any scene, and I'll be like, "No way, that happened."
no, yeah,
That movie
yeah.
was so big when
I
it
was in
came
an
out,
I
I
was
feel
an
like.
extra in a lot of movies, like, I was an extra in Ferris Bueller,
Really?
because it was
Oh,
filmed at my
that's
high school. Yeah. So
that's Fuse's favorite.
John Hughes is an alumni from my high school. So all those movies are based off my high school.
Oh,
Like
that's
16
cool.
Candles, like all those are based off like the element of like the kids at my high school.
That is my
Um,
Wow.
all-time favorite movie.
yeah. So Ferris Bueller's Day Off, I'm actually in the scene where he's going, Bueller, like I'm one of the kids in the classroom
Huh.
of that
Wow.
movie. Yeah. That's how old I am. So, and yeah, so I just kind of gave away my age. Great. Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
well, that's the remake that you're talking about, I'm guessing,
Yeah,
but still,
that's the remake with what's one of the
the
youngin actors now that like everybody loves. See, I
Harry
the
don't.
TV.
Styles.
Yeah, Harry
Harry Styles
Styles.
playing Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, see, I don't watch any of the young. I'm still like watching like John Wick 4. Like I don't watch any of the like the young movies.
The day they remake Ferris Bueller is the day I lose my mind. And
Oh, please don't remake them. You can't so those are like you can't remake cult classics.
I bet it
No,
happens.
you can't remake cult classics.
It's I know. Drew took me to the Ferris Bueller house when I was out there
Yeah,
last. The like where the outside was filmed. And really interesting. And then we like ended up meeting the guy that's like parents own the house. He was
yeah.
like standing out front and he started telling us like that whole neighborhood is like full of houses that are used from movies.
From all the movies that
And it's
filmed in
weird.
Chicago.
They like the movie company will come in, he was saying, and just like be like, yeah, we want to use your house for a movie, and we'll pay you this much, but
Yeah,
we're also gonna paint. They're gonna paint the house, and then they're gonna
they'll
repaint it
rent them
back the way
out
it
and
was.
everything.
It's
Yeah,
just crazy.
and they move out. They move out for like 3 weeks, and they're like, "All right, bye."
Well, we're fake Chicago's over here in Long Beach.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. You guys are Chicago. By me, you're Chicago affiliated, so you're good. You're good.
Well, Fuse has a Chicago Bears hat on. I have my
I know. I
shy.
love it. I already noticed that. I'm like, yes.
Chicago Bears.
Yeah, Chicago Bears. Yeah.
Drew was wearing a Cincinnati hat at one of his gigs, and a girl came up to him and then she said, I love your Chicago Bears hat or something like that. And he was like, thanks, but it's not a Chicago Bears hat. And then she got like all mad at him. But
No,
people.
they stole the C. They stole the C from Cincy.
Did we ever research that? Who did it first? I am curious. It's got to be
I don't know.
because this logo version of the C is not the original one. So I wonder who
Then they
who
stole
did
our
do it
C.
first.
Yeah, they stole our
Maybe
C.
I don't know, or you stole our C. It's to be
Well,
determined.
I mean, we're corrupt here anyway, so it wouldn't surprise
All right.
me.
We're putting in the note who stole whose C.
Who stole whose C? Somebody Google that. Surrey, who stole whose C?
Well, we're gonna jump into music. We
Yes.
want to talk music. It's a music show, so we're talking music. So let's hit them.
We'll roll the video and get back to you.
Hey, Drew and Fuse, Kermit the Frog here. When I'm not dealing with my pain in the ass wife, Miss Piggy, I like to talk and sing with my friends. What's your top songs? A new personal favorite of mine is this. It's the Drew and Fuse Show. The Drew and Fuse Show. And they clean up nicely. Because usually they look like shit. Yay!
So good.
All right, there's Kermit. So, favorite remixer or producer?
I would say Dom Dollar. I like him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Big favorite song. I've been playing a lot of Dom Dollar lately.
Yeah,
You got
he's
a
got some
track.
good stuff out there.
Yeah, I brought back San Francisco. I've been playing that quite a bit.
Ooh.
Got a couple of good little blends and stuff of that. You have a favorite?
In Atlantic City, when I did the Scratch Bastard Party, I played Rhyme Dust before it even got popular. I have to say, maybe it got popular because of me. No, I'm not saying it did, but I hit it before like it started getting like airplay on like XM radio and stuff like that. I don't know, maybe I just had like intuition that it was gonna hit, but I don't know. It just his beats and everything is just something about just
Well,
his
you
mixing.
dig quite a bit, and that's kind of the style that you're playing at a lot of your residencies, which we'll talk more
Yeah.
about. But yeah, you are digging, so you're aware of these as they start bubbling. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I got weekly residencies, so I gotta keep it fresh and current.
Let's see. If you had to pick a theme song, one song, what would it be?
All right. So I kind of have two. I have two. I have like a movie theme song, then I have like a music theme song. So I have like an old school theme song that like nobody's gonna know. And that's like an old movie for anyone that's like a classic movie buff. It's an old Clint Eastwood movie. So like for anyone that's like old action Clint Eastwood, it's a movie called The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Yeah, classic.
Okay, so anyone that would know that, that's like my old theme song. That's just kind of like gets me going. And then my music theme song is, of course, it's going to be like more of like a house track because of me. And it would be Basement Jack's song, Fly Life. That song just kind of just gets me pumped like that. If I'm ever just needed all right, I need energy. I need to get pumped up. I'm just going to put on Fly Life and let that. I think that's like even a 7-minute song. So I'm just going to let that song just play out while that's like the girly get dressed, put your makeup on, get ready, and let that song play out and dance and get ready to just get prepared to go out.
I like it.
I thought maybe you would pick Casey and JoJo since it was in Save the Last Dance.
You got jokes there. You got jokes.
Isn't it to Say the Last Dance where they well, I don't know if that's where it debuted, but they have Be Faithful is in that, right?
Is Be Faithful in that?
Yeah, it is.
I remember.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'll do like a Scooter remix of Be Faithful with like Fergie or something.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one. I like the Clint Eastwood one because I don't know that I've gotten that. We've never heard that one. I like that little.
Nobody's gonna know that one. And it's got to be the movie theme song, like
Whistle. The whistle.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I like it.
So we do the Serato top 5 and we talk about the 5 most played tracks in your Serato. If you want to hit us with some of those, again, we've always found that the system is a little flawed sometimes that, people add to the play count. So doesn't, if you find one and it's weird, it's all right.
All right. Yeah, and again, for me, because right now it's more for me for clubs. I'm not a wedding person. I'm corporate and I'm clubs. So I'm going off of my club playlist. So for me, top 5 right now is going to be mostly hip hop and Latino stuff. That is going to be for me, that's hitting hard. So it's going to be like DaBaby, Shake Something, with like Little Uzi Vert, I Wanna Rock. Those are kind of like right there with each other because I always mix those two together. And then probably because I've been playing this every weekend, it's going to be Sexy Red, Ski. Is that like, yeah, it's going to be that one.
Probably one of the biggest, it's probably the biggest song this weekend for sure.
Yeah. I mean, that's like what I've been hitting in like
I try not to play that kind of stuff. It's just not my vibe. But
that's the what I'm in.
I get it.
That's the spot, like the urban spot that I'm in, that I'm playing to. But I even have the white boys that are requesting that too. So I get that. Slut Me Out definitely is hitting hard too. And then, like I said, for Latin, I would say like people are requesting like El Alfa songs. They're definitely requesting a lot of El Alfa. They're requesting a lot of Becky G songs, and they're requesting a lot of Peso Pluma songs. Yes, I'm getting the Bad Bunny stuff, but that for me, like those are the 3 type of artists that they're requesting are mostly like the El Alfa, the Becky G's and the Peso Pluma for me for the like Latino type stuff.
Peso Pluma are for sure is definitely hidden.
Yeah.
It's so weird. That the music is some of the Peso Pluma is just not like, it's like corny sounding to me.
Yeah, and that's why I have
almost.
to do like shout out to some of like the DMS guys that are making some remixes, because without them making some remixes that are like 110, 115 for me, I wouldn't be able to play some of the Peso Pluma and be able to transition like Peso Pluma into some of the El Alfa, like of the Dembo, into then some of the dance stuff. Because like exactly like what you said, like I would play like just the normal Peso Pluma, and it would hit with the Mexican crowd, but then it wouldn't hit with the whole club, where then I would be able to play a remix edit that would have the beat behind it, that would have the remix behind it, that would then hit everybody else too.
Yeah.
Then I would be able then to hit like an El Alfa that hits everybody. And then I got the twerkers that don't even know what they're even listening to, but then they kind of hear that beat of the El Alfa. So they're just twerking because they just think it's a twerk song. They're like, oh, is this City Girls or something? I don't know, with a deep voice. So then they're just twerking to it.
City
You know?
Girls with a deep voice.
You know, they don't know. And I'm like, no, just go have some more Patron or something. You know?
The majority of all these songs that are artists that are being mentioned right now, it's how off timing can you rap or sing,
my God.
right? It's like like here's the beat, and I just say whatever the fuck. It's like it's like a spoken word poem on top of music. And the ski yay, you know, the beat, they're just saying whatever the fuck they want.
What's crazy to me is like, you know, when old people used to be like, you think Mick Jagger's gonna be up on stage singing Brown Sugar when he's 76 years old? And then, well, now the answer is like, well, yeah, he is. But do you think
like he's on
Sexy
tour.
Red's gonna be up there singing about her booty hole when she's 76 years old? That's the question I have. Do you think it's got that kind of longevity?
You know, and the sad part is like, I can't even say to you, I have a top 40 pop song that is my most played in the club. That's the sad. I would love to say to you, oh, my top 5, the last song is to you is like a pop, you know, as a Taylor Swift. If I was maybe in a bar, it would probably be a Taylor Swift or a Morgan Wallen or something like that. But for me in a club, it's not. Maybe early in the night, you know, like at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, but I don't even go on until midnight. So it's definitely not for me.
Right.
So you also do the STK. Is there any you know, the house stuff you could possibly
Are you playing songs about booty holes at STK?
only if those artists come in after their concerts and they tip me really, really well, and
They're
then
like eating a steak,
and then they're eating their tomahawk, and then it's after midnight, and I say to them, I could only play the clean version of it.
Right. I forgot, because you guys do only play clean music there, right?
We only play clean versions at STK. So I mean, that's what happens though when like the artists and the athletes and all those guys come in and they ask for hip hop and stuff late at night. And you know, we don't normally play that kind of stuff, but when they come in like after midnight and things like that, I'm very honest with them. Like when Gunna came in, and that's just like the weird thing with the new artists, like they ask for their own songs. The older artists never used to do that. Like they would just come in, go to the VIP, start drinking.
Right.
Now the new artists, like their camp comes in and they're like, yeah, man, Gunna's here. Can you like play a couple of his tracks? And I'm like,
you know what it is as an entrepreneur, I think you're always promoting, right? You talk to any entrepreneur or you go to anything, it's like always be promoting, always be pushing. So with not making any money on your music, it's like get plays somehow, you know, get people to hear it somehow. That's the way I'm not saying it's right. And I think it's weird, but I'm saying that's why I think in their head nowadays is how they're pushing.
Yeah. Now me as a DJ, when I used to see an artist come in, I would like eventually play like one of their tracks, like while they were settled in, maybe like an hour into my set, I would like play like one of their tracks. But for them to come up and be like, you know, play like 5 or 6 of their tracks, and I was like, okay, That's
Right.
weird that they just want to
But,
hear it all night.
well, if they're gonna do that at that point, you're gonna be like, "Well, get up and do a fucking concert. Here's a
Right,
mic,
like,
dude."
you
Right,
want the
right.
mic? I mean, there's a corded mic, or here, I'll just plug my headphones into the mic, and
You want a
here,
free concert for free, bro? Like,
here, I'll
come
go,
lace us up.
I'll go eat your steak and sit at your table and have the mac and cheese, and you could just here, I'll use stems and just take out the vocals and play the instrumental version.
That's the thing. They don't even do that anymore. They want to rap over the
Yeah, no,
vocal
that's
too.
true. They don't even want the instrumental. They want to rap over their own
Yeah.
song.
I thought of a clean version of the booty hole song. Be like for SDK specifically, it could be like mashed potatoes and gravy. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of clean, right? The little gravy spot, a little gravy dip right there is the booty hole.
It says my gravy brown.
I don't know if it was Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion. I don't know which artist it was. I played one time at like STK, but it was like the clean version. And it was like I think I had to stay a bunch of like, I don't remember, a bunch of athletes came in after a game and they asked me to stay late and everything, and they wanted hip hop, so I was playing some stuff. I think like the GM, like the eyes got like really big, and I was like, this is the clean version. But of course, the way it sounds, it doesn't sound clean, even though it is clean. And I was
Right.
like, yeah, it's a clean version.
Well, hit
Makes-
us with stuff that you are playing at STK. I want to know what you do play.
Okay, well, SDK, like the beginning of the night, I play a lot of like house grooves. So I play a lot of like housey house grooves for like the first couple of hours of like chill, cool house jams. Then I'll play like top 40 remixes there. So I'll get more into like the top 40 songs like Rihanna, Bruno Mars, stuff like that. But again, more of the like remixes. Then more towards the end of the night, I will get into some of the stuff of more dancey, Megan Thee Stallion and stuff like that, but of like but dance stuff. So maybe some like dance versions of like Pound Town or something, but like a dance remix of it that's not so bad, or Waka Flocka No Hands, but like with a dance beat behind it. So things like that. So I play more of like that kind of stuff. But
Any favorite remixes you got that like you type it in? Like I know if I'm stuck, I'm like, oh, let me just type this in, and
yeah, I mean, I do. I like. I'm not gonna lie. Like for a lot of my SDK stuff, I got a lot of stuff off of Beatport. Like I love
Yeah.
Beatport for a lot of my dance stuff. I love that my stuff for that.
And what
I
genre
use
are you searching in for Beatport? Because I don't spend enough time on that site, and you can get they're part
like
of Beat Source, right? So you can get
yeah,
which I never thought to do. We always talk about Beat Source, right? But you ever
Right.
get a subscription for Beatport, right? That could be
yeah.
something if we're trying a lot of this house
So I play
stuff.
like a lot of new disco, like NU, for those that like still don't know what I'm talking about. So
Right.
NU disco. So I'll play like a lot of new disco at the beginning of the night that kind of has like that groove to it. So I'll play a lot of that kind of stuff. Block and Crow is like a lot of like some of the artists that I'll play there. I'll
Block and
play some
Crown.
Crown. I'm
Black
sorry, I
and
said
Crown.
Crow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
I
making up
like
my
a
own
lot of the
artist
Black and
there.
Crown stuff as
Yeah.
well.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'll play some of their stuff. I think Softmal. I think that's another Softmal. I think that's another artist that I play. Softmal and Natural, NYTROL. I got to look them up. I think Natural. That's another new disco artist. I play a lot of their stuff. They do a lot of covers, a lot of really
Yeah.
cool covers. Like I'm giving some of my secrets away. This is for
Oh.
those that like want some of my secrets, that I play some of the stuff like when I'm at the conferences and some of the booths, like that are like, where did she get that remix? These are definitely some of my golden nugget secrets.
I like gold
So
nuggets.
yeah, like people that come by and they hear some of like, is that a Prince remix? Is that yeah, this is some of my secrets right here. So yeah, Disco Junkies is like another one that I'll play some of their stuff. So a lot of that is like the new disco and the like in the funky house. So I'll get some of the
Yeah.
stuff off of Beatport. And a lot of people are like, I don't want to spend the money. Okay, well then don't spend the money, but you want to expand your horizons, you want to expand your music library, and you want to
Oh,
get some.
people that don't want to spend the money on music. If you don't want to spend money on music, then you probably shouldn't be a DJ. But so moving forward, we're talking
Yeah.
about music and what you're playing.
Yeah.
You do a lot of stuff at the conventions,
Mhm.
like playing at like a booth like the DOS Audio booth. What would you say? Obviously you were just telling us, some of the stuff that you play, but like, what's your thoughts on like prepping for that and keeping it fresh? Because a lot of times at the conventions, there's a lot of DJ ears listening, and
Yeah.
it's different than just going into playing a set that normal bar club goers might be
Right.
listening to.
Right. And again, like, I don't like to play the norm when I'm there because that's what everybody plays. I don't like to play what you're going to hear at a wedding. I don't like to play what you're going to hear at a private party. I don't like to play what you're going to hear at a bar. Like, I'm not going to sit there and play the Bruno Mars, the like everything you're going to open up your dance for with the September, I'm not going to sit there. And so people are going to walk by and be like, oh God, this song again. I just heard this like in the elevator. Like, I'm not going to sit there and play that kind of stuff. I'm going to play, like I just said, where people are going to walk by and be like, wait, I know that song, but I've never heard that type of remix, or I'm not going to lie, I'm going to pull out some of the DMS edits that are so obscure, that people are going to be like, wait, what is that? And I'll be like, dude, this is on DMS, but like, this is stuff that you guys don't play at your private events. This is an edit that I grabbed because I know I don't normally play this at a private event, but I can play it here because
Well,
no one's going to play it.
and to what you're saying, a lot of the prep goes is, I try and have multiple things that I'm prepping for at all times, right? So
Oh yeah.
that when that party does come up, you're not like completely stranded. So, I have my my club crate, my convention crate, my, special party crate, so that you can just keep throwing these things in. And they are all on all these sites that it can go away after time. It's hard to find them again. So yeah, always prepping, always being prepared for those.
Oh yeah, I'm always grabbing all different types of music, all different genres, because again, you never know when you need something. So I'm just grabbing stuff because I never know what I'm going to play too. Like, I don't never know where I'm going to go, what I'm going to do. I mean, as you guys know, you guys are walking by within 3 seconds. I'm changing a song to one of your edits. Like, I just, it's like, I don't know what it's like, I never know what I'm going to do. So I just like to always be prepared and just like to have different stuff. So when I am around DJs, I like to have them hear different types of music that they're not used to. If they're not used to hearing Dembo, or they're not used to hearing, a Pesa Puma remix, I want to be the one that's going to play it for them, even though I'm the white girl that speaks Spanglish. I'll play it.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. We'll do it live. I want to know about you are doing a lot of these conventions. You're at all of the conventions, really, and you're one of the main people in charge of throwing the party at Mex.
Yes.
What goes? I mean, maybe we could talk about the amount of work that goes into prepping this kind of party and booking the DJs, and just getting it all going.
Yeah. So Mex is the Vegas conference that happens in February. And for those that like to spread the rumors that I just make a shitload of money doing this, I don't make any money doing it because Mex is so new. I'm doing it out of the goodness of my heart. So I'm not part of Mex. I'm not like part of the board. I'm not part of the committee. I'm not part of any of it. I'm just doing it, like helping with the nightlife, because it's at the South Point Hotel and it's so far away from the strip that I want to just throw some good parties so you don't have to get in a $50 Uber to go to the strip. So I'm kind of just helping out with it. So those that wanted to start those rumors, I think it was last year that it got to my attention that, oh, I'm making so much money doing this. Yeah, I'm not even getting a sandwich out of it.
Well, yeah, let's be honest. Anybody that thinks that's happening is confused because nobody makes any money on these things. It's always like a favor. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's back in the days where you're like, oh, this will be a good look for you, right?
Yeah,
No,
like
it's
I'm
free.
doing it, and I'm literally like, so the first party is the DJ takeover. So that's the opening party, and that's where people can submit to play on the stage. That's more of like the people who have never done like a club, or people who can say like, oh my God, I've actually now can say I played in Vegas, or I've played in front of my peers, or like, oh my God, this is like the first time that I could say I played a big stage.
Well,
Go
wait, I
ahead.
want to interrupt you. We've
Yeah.
we've talked about this party for a while. It's great. I think it's awesome that it gives shine to a lot of new and young DJs. What would you tell a new and young DJ that's going to be on that stage how to prep for that? Because sometimes I think they go in it.
They play "Yeah" into "This Is How We Do It" into "Fat Man Scoop," and you hear it 15 times in a row.
Yeah. My whole thing is
What's your advice to tell them? Like,
I
come
tell
on.
them, you do you. Like, you do your style. You do you. You do what you want to do. Like, that's how I always say it. Don't worry about like trying to please everybody. And let me explain something. People like Aaron from Crate Hackers got his start on that stage. Chris Rhodes, who's like huge now.
Eric Rhodes.
Eric Rose. I'm making up names. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you guys. This is what I do. I just make up shit.
Well, if you're just making up names, you should start making up names for mechs to call it something other than mechs.
Honestly. And I'm making up stuff, and that actually has to do with my brain, which I guess we'll get into too. But yeah, I'm just making up. Yeah, mechs. Like, can we get into that name too? Like now I want some tacos, and it's not even Tuesday. Okay.
Right.
But like, yeah, can we make it?
It's Wednesday.
I don't even know what day it is. This is supposed to be my day of rest. But yeah, it gave a lot of people a great start.
I'm not putting that down. I was saying, what's some advice to tell these people? Like, yes, just do you. But what do they need to understand that everyone's going to be doing the same doing you say?
Okay,
you need to think out of the box on the do you.
Yeah, so there's two ways you can go about this. If you are one of those people that can pull a set out of your ass and can just go up there, and if I said to you right now, hey, Drew, give me a 20-minute set right now, and you could just open up your Serato and plug it in and give me a 20-minute set, then I would say do that at Mex. Give me that at Mex, because that way I'm not hearing, yeah, this is how we do it, sexy and I know it, and all that kind of shit. You're giving me
Sexy
what
and
you
I
want.
know it.
No, they're not playing that anymore. I don't know. I'm just throwing songs out. The Jason Jani remix of Sexy Now, which I still play. Shout out to Jason Jani, because I still play that remix.
Okay.
I think I got that off of DMS too.
I'm sure it's on there.
That's like an old ass remix. Like, and I still play that version because it's like a weird ass version that has like some weird beat to it. I don't know. It's like 10 years old.
The only version I remember is it had the one that people, I don't think anyone requested it, but it was mashed up with Gangnam Style.
Oh,
that's the one I was thinking of. I knew it was a Gangnam Style one, because I was like, there was a horrible one that was the Gangnam Style.
Oh, I probably deleted that when I had to get a new laptop.
Oh man.
Oh God.
Drew.
Yeah, no, I deleted that. Yeah,
I gotta see it.
Thank God I deleted that. Oh God, I'm so glad I never played that. Do people even play Gangnam Style? I would play that as a joke, but no. He's still on tour. But anyways,
I played it the other day at a junior. Well, by the other day, I mean like a year ago, but at a junior high dance. And someone asked it. I go, "You're trolling me, right? There's no way." And it was the biggest song, like by far. It was the biggest song of the night.
There you go. See, you never know.
The stuff anymore, though, the kids in the bar, the shit, it blows my mind what works and what I'm playing. And I'm like, this is cool now again. Because this is lame as hell when it first came out, and it's still lame as hell in my mind.
But then they get into it.
All right.
Any Black Eyed Peas is that to me. Any Black Eyed
Peas. Yeah, that's how I feel.
Mind.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Yeah.
And it's the biggest thing of the night now.
Got to get that boom, boom, boom.
Is that hot now? Boom boom pow?
No, Drew sent the SNL skit where they're like, we've come up
Oh
with this
yeah.
new song and this is how it goes. And then they're just like, gotta get that. And then
That
somebody
SNL
else is
skit-
like, boom, boom, boom. And they're like, just make
If
fun of the
you're-
whole song.
If you're just listening to this, just search SNL and Black Eyed
Oh my
Peas,
God,
and
that's
it's
hysterical.
amazing.
That was funny.
It's
That was
so
yeah,
good.
that was funny. But yeah, I mean, I would just say, look, if you did prep, after you make it and you're doing the takeover, you did prep a set. Now, if you're scratching and you're doing like a whole routine and you think it's like, a Red Bull thing and you're doing that, that's different. But if you're just mixing, change it if you're doing the same songs that like the first 7 DJs did and you're doing it again. It's people are out there to dance and everything and they don't want to hear the same. Change it. It's cool. You could change it. You're backstage, you got the green room, you got your laptop, you definitely change your set. And if you're just mixing and everything, change it. It's cool. You're allowed to change whatever you want to do. Nobody knows what your set's going to be. So don't freak out. Change it backstage. It's cool. Have a shot, have 2 shots, whatever you need to do, change your set. And don't play the same songs that somebody else is playing.
I would just expect to play that everyone's going to play those songs and then just prep around that, right?
Just don't play the same songs that are popular for that.
Right.
Don't
I
play
think, too-
Shake Something and I Want to Rock this year.
I think too, the other piece of advice I would give somebody is that's not the time to be showing stuff that you're still working on learning. So like
Yeah.
if you're not like an expert scratcher and you're up there, like it's not the time. Just do what you can do. Don't try to overdo yourself, overextend what you can
Not
do.
time to
'cause-
wiki if you only know how to wick.
Right. Exactly. And a singular wick is fine here and there, but when you're pulling out the wikis and you can only wick,
Just-
it's not good.
Yeah. So DJ
Doc-
Takeover is the first night, and that's like your chance to say you played in Vegas, played on a big ass stage in front of hundreds and hundreds of people. And again, that's like people can see you and you never know what's going to come out of it. And then the closing party is the all-star party. That's where I personally handpick my DJs for that party. It's more of all-star DJs. I could name 2 that actually played on it that are on this show that played it together my first year.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys a question. Have you played together since then?
Yeah,
No.
Drew and I have done, like, we did San Diego together. Drew, we've done
No, that was
a couple
after.
other gigs. Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah,
Have
I
you
asked
played
that.
together since then?
Oh no, I felt like it was after that party. I don't know, whatever, but maybe once.
Yeah,
once.
the answer is yes to the question you asked.
Thank you.
Barely though,
I
but
don't know
that's
what he's
been like
thinking.
one of the
Yeah,
main
yeah.
things.
Okay,
Great.
so I have not even thought about Vegas. Are you guys planning on coming to Vegas?
I will not be. My wedding is that Sunday before.
Your wedding's that Sunday.
So I'm not going to be attending Vegas this year. So that's that for me.
I'm probably going. It's going to be a big travel year for me.
Okay.
So I will be traveling a lot.
So I can't do the Drew and Fuse show at the All-Star party this year.
It can just be the Drew show. And he can play This Is How We Do It into Usher. Yeah.
Dang. No, into Gangnam Style. No, Sexy and I Know It into Gangnam Style. It's a rap.
At
That's
the
definitely
All-Star
getting
party.
played.
That'd be awesome.
What if like Drew just got up there and I'm just thinking hypothetical there. And like he played Usher, yeah. And he played This Is How We Do It. Then he played another song, but then he just played Usher, yeah, again.
Again.
And then he played another song, and then he played Usher, yeah,
Again.
And like for his set, it was just yeah 3
For an hour.
times.
For an hour. For an hour. You don't think I would come from backstage and come on stage and unplug his shit?
Oh my God. So good. Well,
the Drew troll.
I mean, are they different versions? Like, is it a twerk version, a trap
No,
version?
it's all the same version.
It's just the radio edit. It's just the radio edit.
It's just peace up, A-Town. Every time.
Yeah, let me think about
Uh,
that. Let me think about that.
well, we want to talk about traveling. Speaking of A-Town, and we're gonna play this little travel thing. We're gonna talk
shit.
about all of the different brand ambassador stuff you do, and I want to know some Shani travel tips. I know that's kind of, dude. You're an American Airlines person, so we're gonna hear about it.
Okay.
All right, we got this travel video. Here we go.
Great Scott! Hey there, Drew and Fuse! It's me, Doc Brown! Quick, jump in the DeLorean! We need to get this episode up to 88 miles per hour. Now, hit the flux capacitor, and let's travel to the future!
All right, we're in the future.
That was quick.
So you fly American Airlines.
Yes.
It's what is it? The Admiral thing. You're one of the. I know. I watch your stuff. You're definitely on the top tier of the American Airlines, right? So we've always talked about Delta here, but like, what's some American?
Yeah, I'm not a
Airlines
Delta
tips?
person. I'm probably
Yeah.
the only one that's like, I see all you guys. Like everybody's Delta. I do not fly Delta at all.
American's a big hub, and
No, United is.
United.
United?
Yeah,
Yeah.
United's huge.
Yeah,
don't know
so
why I
I'm
thought
like
it was
American and
American.
United.
Okay, well, tell us about you got an American credit card. Like, we'd like to hear about some of these other airlines and what's like the tips and the tricks.
Yeah, so I have both credit cards. I have American and I also have the United credit card. I have both credit cards.
Okay.
So like those are my main credit cards for buying everything, groceries, gas, like
right.
all my personal items, like everything, because that's what I, get miles with everything, so I can get extra points, extra miles for traveling, upgrades, even when I want to just pay a trip with just miles and not even pay for a trip. So
you get the lounges and all of that with those credit cards.
yeah. So I also have the lounges included as well. So that's included too on my credit card. So I just can go into the lounges whenever I want on my trips, which is an added bonus, especially now with traveling, how traveling's just been sucking lately with delays and everything. And it's just nice to just have a place to just kick back and relax, whether you're drinking and eating or not even drinking or eating, and you just want a place to charge your phone or just some quiet time or just to take a nap, and get
Or
away
shower.
from like, or shower or whatever. And you just want to get away from kind of the hustle bustle of the airport stuff, the airport life, and just kind of go in a corner and just kind of get away from everybody else. Or if you do want to eat, or you do want to drink, or you do want all of that, you have that as well. So it's the added bonus of that.
Besides the obvious TSA pre and all this the stuff everyone talks about, what's like a Shani secret of like traveling? You get one backpack, 18 bags. Like what's like your trip, your any travel tip?
So I mean,
Besides obvious.
So my backpack is my carry-on. I'm not going to tell you guys to carry a big purse, because I mean, you could, no judgment, but
I have a fanny pack. It's
satchel.
no budget, no judgment if you want to carry a big purse too. But for me, I have my DJ backpack, which I have like the jetpack bag, and then I have like my big travel purse that I have as well, that I, put my stuff in. So like in my carry-on, of course, is my laptop. Like that is not in my suitcase. My hard drive is in my laptop. Even though my music is internal, my hard drive has the music on it as well. Then of course, everything related to DJing is in that backpack. So headphones, all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to, go into all the details of what's DJ related into that. So that's all that's in there. And then now I'm going to get into the other traveling stuff. Extra pair of underwear is in my travel stuff because you never know where you're going to get stuck. So
The DJ bag.
It's in the DJ bag. So
I like it.
extra pair of underwear. And, so I have like a baggie, and again, nobody needs to see what's in this damn bag. You're not taking it out in pre-check or even going through security. So like that's in the backpack. So because
It's in one of the jetpack bags, right? Where you would put needles, you just throw the underoos in there.
Exactly. So I have one. So you go into like Target or you go into like, a Walgreens, Rite Aid, whatever. You go in the travel section. You get a little mini deodorant, all those little like mini things. And this is not even if you want to use this, you could use it depending on how many days you're away. I don't use this. This is always like my little emergency bag with my underwear. This is not the underwear that I use. This is like my emergency little bag. But I
just shit my pants on stage bag.
Exactly. I'm not gonna lie. That is what the underwear is there for too. Like I'm not gonna lie. That's like I peed, I shit, whatever. Real talk. We gonna keep it 100 during this little section. I'm on my soapbox right now. We gonna keep it 100. Okay. Exactly. You ate some bad tacos or something on your trip. You ate a gas station hot dog or whatever.
A roller dog. Oh God.
Okay.
A roller
you don't
dog.
need that extra pair of underwear you just had in your backpack. Okay.
The roller glizzy.
You ate that 7-Eleven taquito or something,
You know what would be a genius thing? Okay, so this would be genius. So like you're saying, they have the little travel section at Target or whatever. Imagine if you could buy literally underwear like Hanes briefs or whatever that were like, the package where they suck all the air out and they make them really tiny. Imagine if you could buy socks and underwear that way.
Oh, they don't have socks like that.
Like,
dude,
I would
give away $1 billion deal, dude.
But if you go on like those infomercials, they have like that baggy thing that you
where it sucks all the air out and makes it really small.
Yeah.
Fuse, we're gonna edit this part out because we're gonna need to make that. It's gonna be a
Drew and
Fuse show. A Drew and Fuse. That's the next thing that's going on the website. Drew and Fuse show. Socks and underoo. Freezer.
What do they call that? Suction. What do they call that? It's like
freeze dry or something. I don't know.
It's like an airtight seal.
But they do it for like when you want to put your winter clothes and stuff away, and they like you could put them in those.
Right.
And it's like the vacuum suction thing of a bobber. I don't know, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. But yeah. Okay. So the baggie has
the perfect
underwear.
name for our new stuff too. It's the section baggy thingamabobber. Sold. It writes itself over here.
So the baggie has like the underwear, the small deodorant, and then they even have like the little toothbrushes that already have the toothpaste on it that you just kind of like break. So like it even has that if you get stuck like 24 hours because a flight gets canceled or something like that. So it's like you have like your little supply of your little overnight stuff. So you don't have the bad halitosis breath and all that stuff, and you got your deodorant, you got your underwear.
That's not bad to have in the DJ bag just permanently.
Yeah, right. Or you have it in your DJ bag if for a gig or something. If you ate some garlic sauce or something, you need to brush your teeth before a gig or something. But you have something like that in your travel bag, so you have that. You get stuck. For me, I'm on a lot of medication, so I always keep my medication in my travel bag, which a lot of people should know this already. You don't put it in your suitcase. You put all your meds in your travel bag, in your, on the plane with you. You don't put it in your suitcase. So anything that, medication wise, you always take that with you.
With all the traveling and everything like that, one of the things we wanted to talk to you about is, you're a brand ambassador for DAS and you're sponsored by Ultimate Ears. What all does that entail for you? What do you have to do? What don't you have to do?
Yes. So I used to be with another speaker company for 8 years before I was with DAS. I was with Bose.
And what does this entail? Like
So
they bring you to the shows and you tell them how great Bose is, and do you have to learn all the specs
yeah, so
start to finish?
it's different with DOS than it was with Bose. But when I was with Bose, I also was a certified clinician with them. So with them, I actually did go to like Sweetwater, and I went to like all the other places and did speak about the speakers and everything like that. So I was
Wow.
on a higher level when I was with Bose. And like when you guys saw me at DJX, I was running the booth at Bose and I was doing things like that.
Right.
With Daz, I'm in a different position with them, and I'm just an ambassador with them, and I'm a pro DJ with them. So I'm in a more chill position, which I like, and I'm more of an ambassador with them. I represent the brand, I represent the speakers, and I like it better that I'm more chill.
But if someone comes up, you know at least
Oh yeah,
enough about the speaker and
oh
like
yeah,
which
because
one to
I'm at the
refer to people.
conferences, yes, because they
Right.
trust me enough that I'm going to a lot of the major conferences that I can tell them about the speakers and the speakers that I use, because I use the speakers at my events, and I
Right.
can tell them about, these are the speakers I use and why I use them, and why I love them so much, and why I'm with DAS and everything like that. That is
And
correct.
as a brand ambassador, are you able to I guess not that I'd be worried about it, but what if you're seen using somebody else's stuff because just that's what's at the gig, or you're traveling, or any of
Which
that kind of stuff?
does happen, because I do a lot of corporate stuff,
Yeah.
which they know about, and there's a lot of things where some of the corporate stuff I do are big production things where is union, and they're bringing in their own things, and there might be QSC stuff
Right.
sitting there, or there might be Electric
You're
Voice.
like, "Das not gonna work for me."
Yeah, and I'm like, "Oh, no, boo boo, you're gonna have to go out and bring DOS, or you're gonna have to all the way go to my house and go get my DOS stuff." Yeah, no, they're very aware of that, and that's what's cool about DOS is they know that I have no control over that. It's not that I'm personally bringing the QSC speakers and I'm setting them up. That it's part of the event that a union rig is bringing it in, or a production company that
Do
I have.
some
Yeah,
do some brands trip about that kind of stuff?
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Because okay, yeah, because we see like Laid Back Luke was with Denon, and I know he was flying around all over because no one actually owns Denon
right. And that's
players.
different because it would be in his rider. Like it's not in my rider that says like, "Hey, I'm doing this event, and your union guys have to bring DOS equipment for me."
And then imagine if it was though, like I'm like if I'm club or something or whatever, and they're like, "Hey, I got to use Den and shit." Now I'm this club, and it's like, well, fuck this guy if he can't just use this stuff, Like it could be. You have to almost be getting like paid to do that because it could be harmful to.
That's yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, that's why
Mhm.
I'm just a brand ambassador, and I'm pro DJ with them, and I'm not,
Right.
because they know the situation with me, that it's not where I'm doing a wedding and I'm bringing my own equipment, that I'm doing these big corporate events, or I'm doing these other big type of events where the whole a big production company is coming with equipment that they don't have DOS speakers, and they're bringing this, and that's when I don't post that type of stuff on my social media. It might just be me in the DJ booth, and not
Right.
the
Yeah.
speakers, and I'm very aware of what I'm then posting on my social media, and it's not me standing next to a speaker, putting my arm around the speaker and posting like this, knowing
Right.
I'm a brand ambassador for DOS. So again, I'm
Right.
very aware of my surroundings.
And your Ultimate Ear stuff,
Yes.
is that something you use all the time now as
Yeah,
well?
I'm not gonna lie, it took me a while to get used to those. I was not an ear person, so it took me a very long while to get used to an ear. But I love them, especially being in the club. They're great for the club setting because it just cancels out all the bullshit.
Right.
But My Fuse has them, but he doesn't use it for DJing. The problem I had with them when I was DJing was I just want to turn everything up 10 times louder because I can't hear. And so,
Mhm.
that's where I found problems with them.
You were turning. Why were you turning everything up?
No, the main system, not the headphones.
Oh,
I
okay. I was.
The in-ears have a purpose and they're not for everybody. It does take some
That's correct.
adjusting.
That's what I tell people when people ask me. I'm very honest about them, and I say they're not for everybody.
Right.
I
I
definitely tell them that they're not for everybody.
I need to get some new ones because at the ballpark I use them a ton.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's
let's talk off camera.
Yeah, I this year I just need to get some new ones. But
Okay.
at the ballpark, like when I'm playing, whether I'm up in the press box or out in the field in general, I wear them because you wear the production headset. I wear the production headset over top of anyway. But yeah, I that's a situation where it's like I have to use them. I can't.
Yeah.
There's no other way to do it.
Yeah.
So
So I guess to wrap the brand ambassador part up, yes, you got to be seen. This isn't just walk in and you're now a brand ambassador.
Yeah. And there's work. I mean, you know, it's like, okay, it's not just getting free shit as well. Like,
Right.
it's not just, oh, I want to do this because I want to get some free speakers, or I want to do this because I want to get, free stuff. It's not just about that. It's
Uh,
more to it. And nowadays, a lot of the companies are really looking, they're looking at people's social medias. They're looking at what people are posting. They're looking at what people are talking about. They're looking at what people are really saying about everything, not just DJing, but what they're saying about life in general. And if you're negative about a lot of stuff, or you're not posting, you might be a great DJ, you might have 1 million followers, but if you're negative about other stuff, they're not going to want you.
right.
They're just
very
not.
true.
So if you're thinking about, like, you do want to, I do this, I do that. Why aren't these companies not looking at you? They might be looking at you, but you're not. You're just negative in certain forums, or you're the negative Nancy, or you're doing this, or you're doing that, and they might look you over because of that.
I agree. It's more than just being a DJ and or being a good DJ. You gotta have a good presence and not be a
Yeah,
dickhead.
definitely. I mean, I am not an influencer. I don't have, that many followers, but I definitely am a hustler. I'm definitely a hard worker. I mean, with the DOS brand, we have some incredible talent on the DOS board. I mean, we have Buck Rogers. We have Seraphin. I mean, we have some incredible DJs that are related to the DOS brand that are up there, compared to me. But I bring what I bring to the table, and what they bring to the table. We all bring certain things.
Yeah, you
So
guys had an awesome party at X.
yeah,
It was
with
one of the
Scratch
best parties
Bastard.
for sure. Yeah, one of the best parties for sure. And
Thank
Oh
you.
yeah.
the speakers sounded awesome. Yeah, it was a really cool party, and I liked it a lot.
Thank you.
So
Yeah, and I was very blessed that I was on that bill. I mean, anyone of the DOS DJs could have been on that bill, and they put me on it. So I was very, very blessed and honored that they thought highly of me to be on the bill with Scratch Bastard. So yeah, so thank you.
One of the other things we wanted to talk to you about is we mentioned earlier off camera that you've been going through some health issues, and just kind of one of the things that Drew and I like to talk about a little on the show, and we don't always get to, but it's just real world shit of being a DJ in the real world. And it's hard to show up to your gig to make people happy all the time when you have life going on. So we know you've been struggling with some sickness, and we just wanted to talk to you about that a little bit. If there's anything, any advice for people or anything like that you have.
Yeah. I mean, my whole thing is, I mean, I'm a very private person. I mean, people who do follow my stories and follow my posts, sometimes I am cryptic with some of my posts, and people do DM me on Instagram, and they're like, okay, I kind of saw something you posted and I don't want to pry. And people who do ask me, I am very open, and I will answer whatever questions that people have that, people ask me, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is what's going on, or this is what's happening to me. But I definitely don't just put my life out there, because I am not that type of person. But anyone who has definitely seen me in the last year, I have been going through, and I'll just be honest, a lot of shit.
Yep.
And people who have seen me, I'm not always happy and uppity and smiley and everything, because that's just something I can't be all the time. But of course, that's what we post. I mean, that's, nobody wants to see the other side of the downside of the bullshit
Well,
we go
I
through.
think friends and people in the industry probably would. I mean, some of us almost need a private account, so that you're not showcasing that to your other stuff, right? And
Yeah.
and I guess where I'll help lead his question is, just maybe some kind of a lot of us as entrepreneurs, we don't have that that DJ insurance, or we're not thinking about this kind of stuff or the
Yeah.
foresight of that. So maybe mentioning some kind of insurance that you're able to get or look into for if something arises.
Yeah, well, I'm not really my whole thing is, like, my friends well, I'll put it this way, my friends wanted to put a GoFundMe out in public for me, and I refused. I am like, again, I'm not the person to ask for help. I've never been that person, and it's just because of the way I was raised. For those that don't know, for the last year, I've been fighting, a really terrible form of head cancer that I'm gonna try not to cry right now, that I've just been dealing with, and I've been dealing with it, since it's been a year, since October.
Yeah.
And I've been kind of private about it. A lot of people who have seen me have been know, like, I've been on and off, and people have seen me at conferences. Either last year I was wearing beanies and scarves, and people have noticed that, and that's because that was all the treatments that I was going through, and things like that. Or I've just been really sick, and people kind of, noticed that. People who've known me very well have definitely noticed when they saw me in person that I just wasn't the same. But I never stopped DJing.
You
That's one
never
thing about
did.
me.
And
That's
not
Yeah.
Yeah,
even your schedule is insane. And the fact that you're still
that's one
just
thing about
there
me.
every day. Yeah.
In fact, when I had the first surgery and they put the hole, which, I mean, I don't want to show it on camera, but I'll show you guys, like, off camera. But
No,
when they did the first hole, they did the surgery, and then 2 days later, I did a full weekend of events. Um,
That's crazy.
I know, full weekend of events. So I wore my first scarf that weekend at a private event, and I was just so self-conscious, like, so self-conscious. I went and did, like, a Amazon Prime and, like, got, like, scarves, like, online, because, like, I didn't know what to do.
yeah,
Like, I was, like, it's like the nurses everybody talks to, and, like, at that point, it's like, whenever you're at the doctor and they just kind of tell you things, like, you hear it, but you don't hear anything. So, like, I didn't hear, like, anything when anyone was telling me. And I
I'm
just, like,
sure.
went on Amazon Prime and just, like, bought, like, a 3-pack of, like, scarves. Like, I was like, okay, I'll just get this, so they could just
Do you
regular
just
order it.
DJ? Do you plan these kind of things around your DJ schedule? Like,
Yeah.
because your DJ
Like,
schedule's
and that's
nuts.
like
So it's like,
my
oh,
doctors are like, "I'm sorry, what?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, and I'm going out of town here to do this gig. So, can we, like, schedule this here? And can we schedule my treatment, like, on this week?" And he was like, "I'm sorry, what?" And yeah, like, they were getting so mad at me the first couple months, because he's like, "I don't think you understand the severity of this. Like, we just put a big ass hole in your head, like, in your head.
yeah,
And you're like, you need to get treatment ASAP and do these treatments at the hospital. And you're telling me, like, you're going out of town to DJ." And I was like, yeah, I need money. Like, I need a DJ, and I need to keep myself sane.
Right.
So yeah, can you wait like 3 days till, like, I come back, and then you have
What's the
me
point of
the
it's
whole
like, what's
day?
the point of doing it if they're just gonna take away the things that you enjoy, you know?
Right,
Like,
and
it's
it's kinda like when we went, like, through COVID, and, like, to me, like my head was like going there when we lost like all our gigs. Like I went insane. Like, yeah, I
Mhm.
was DJing here. I was DJing, on Twitch, but like it wasn't the same. I was
Right.
going insane. Like I wasn't out. Yeah, I saw people talking to me and on the camera, but it wasn't the same. And 6 months into it, I was having breakdowns and I was doing this, and I knew that was what I was going to do. If I was at home by myself, yeah, I have friends, family, whatever, loved ones, but I would go insane. And I'm not gonna lie, I started having those dark thoughts, and it
Right.
happened a couple times, and I didn't want to go down those roads.
Well,
And
it's a real DJ. I mean, a lot of us rely on this so much. It's not just
yeah,
it is therapy and a job and
yeah,
so
yeah,
much more than just
Oh, it's personal. It's very personal what we do. We put our personal likes and
yeah.
interests, into what we play and how we play it and this and that, even
And
though
to me, like when I'm DJing, I forget about everything else.
right.
I just, like this is what I love, this is my passion, this is what I do, this is what makes me happy. So it's like for those hours, I just forget about that. I have I told the GMs at the clubs, and these are residencies I've had forever. So it's like they were so sweet to me. Whatever you need, whatever you want, we're here for you. They have a garbage pail next to me. They're bringing me Sprite. They're bringing me bread. Like, whatever you need.
Right.
Certain clients, I told certain clients I didn't. So it's like I was trying to get through events without
right.
anybody knowing. They're just so it's like now I'm matching my scarf with my outfit, trying to look cute, making it look like I'm a gypsy, it's like I'm trying to just, making it look like I'm trying to match my outfit, it's like so they don't know what's doing it. But at the clubs, thank God, I'm just wearing a beanie. So I'm wearing like, just beanies to like make it
They're
look
like, no work boots or beanies, ma'am. Sorry, you can't come
yes,
in.
right. So it's like, but I'm the DJ, so like, let me wear some Timberlands and my beanie, So it's like, I'm having that look. And thank God it was winter
Mhm.
when this happened. So it's October in Chicago. So thank God that's when it started.
Right.
So I just started the look, and then I kind of just went like, oh, she's still it's summertime and she's still having the look, you know.
Uh, I think it's like until you start going through some kind of, serious life issues or things, you don't start looking at life in
No.
serious matters. For example, I've been married once before. I'm getting married again, and had that not happened, I think I would look at life a lot differently. My dad passed away last year, and that changes another perspective. And what I'm getting at is like, I'm taking myself and the business more serious in sense of like I have I obviously have health insurance, but I have to pay for that
Yeah,
myself. And
exactly.
if and this is just goes to anybody, if anybody's looking for somebody, I have a great person that I work with that I could refer you to. But I have what do you call it? Life insurance now. If
Yeah.
something were to happen to me, I have a life insurance policy, and it's like maybe instead of going out and buying that sweet new pair of Jordans, maybe you take the pair of Jordans off and you invest in yourself and your future, and get some life insurance to protect people you love. Or even if something were to happen to me tomorrow, it's like you have a mortgage payment, you have car payments. And as going through it with like my dad, when stuff happened to my dad, there's payments and stuff that are due up until they figure out what's going to happen with somebody. And it's like, oh shit, I thought about that. Like, oh, like what if that happens to me? Then all this burden would be put onto like Ashley. And like, it's like 2, 3, sometimes 4 months until, you figure out like the transfer of stuff. So like, to me, that it's important to have that stuff. And, any DJs that are listening, I think, if there's any advice you'd want to give or
Yeah.
things like that.
I mean, definitely, even for the younger DJs, like you said, I mean, I pay for my own insurance. I have life insurance now. I have I have an IRA that I'm putting money into. I have a Roth IRA for
Right.
retirement because of what we do. I have my own business. So it's not like my employer is putting money into a 401k for me. If
Right.
people know, what I'm talking about, and
Exactly.
if you don't, like, I have a financial advisor. I meet with 3 or 4 times a year now. And I actually was doing that before this, but now I meet with my financial advisor more because of this now. But I have a financial advisor. I have now a lot of my stuff that I put in trust. People don't know what that means. Talk to your financial advisor about things like that. Because of my health issues now like this, I have a lot of stuff that is in my name in trust. And I'm not going to tell you guys about any of that. Please, again, talk to a financial advisor, talk to your
Of
Right.
attorney,
course.
talk to that. I am not your attorney. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not any of that. But again, this is stuff that I now have done over this past year to take care of these situations. But again, health insurance, life insurance,
Yep.
Roth IRA, I have all of that now, and that I've been doing. So, like, if something happens and I have now money, or if I don't have it, my, people, my family, loved ones will now have something to, God
Right.
forbid, knock on wood, to pay for things,
Right.
everything like that. So it's like,
And
for
people could
those
be
that are
sitting here,
self-employed,
they could go, "Well, I'm young. It's not going to happen to me." You never know when it could happen. It could
hello,
anything.
Well,
I
all
mean,
three of us have said something that bad has happened that we didn't expect to happen. I mean,
yeah,
different days. Me and Fuse both talked about other stuff. So,
yeah,
I mean, thank you so much for sharing. I know it's very
yeah,
personal
Yeah.
and
yeah.
it's hard, but I think we
And
like
if anybody wants to
to.
reach out to me, like, please, I always make a running joke that, like, nobody slides in my DMs and everything but you could definitely slide it to my DMs if you guys want. So, I mean, definitely you guys can, if you're not friends with me on Instagram, you can find me on Instagram, and definitely, is like, as I always say, like, I don't talk about my personal life, but if anybody wants to talk to me about anything, I will definitely open up to anybody that wants to talk about it. I just personally don't put it out there, but
Right.
I am more than welcome to talk to anybody that wants to talk about it.
Well,
So,
we appreciate you sharing. We know it's hard. So, and you
plus
guys
they gave
should
me their
just.
they gave me their cake pops, so I have to talk to them.
You guys should definitely listen. I mean, it could happen to anybody. So, with that, we're gonna move into something funny. We're gonna lighten the mood, and we're gonna go into a funny or crazy DJ
God.
story. It could
A
be
tale from the
good, bad,
booth. Yeah.
Oh God. I
good,
have
bad,
plenty
all
of
the
if
above.
anybody follows my Instagram, you definitely follow it after Friday nights. And there's definitely lots of funny stuff in there after my Friday. For those that don't know, I have a residency on Friday nights. I DJ till 4 a.m. So if
Well,
anybody needs any good laughs, watch my shit on Saturday mornings. That's all I'm gonna say. Just watch my
all right.
stories on
Well,
Friday.
we're
Yeah.
we're gonna play this
Yes.
clip, and then we want to hear about a funny or crazy or
Sure.
terrifying
Let's do it.
DJ story.
Let's do it.
You're crazy, man. You're crazy. I like you, but you're crazy.
That's a great Drew Pierce production. You can expect those kind of quality video edits from him at DJC in Atlanta when he's performing. So if you're on the fence about going, to DJC in Atlanta and you need inspiring motivation as to why to go, that video should be proof of why you should go.
I just want to see that again.
All
Do
right,
you
so hit
though?
us with do you? I don't know that you do. So hit us with a crazy or funny DJ story.
Okay.
Yeah, let
Let's
us
see.
let's flip it.
Okay.
Flip the script.
So I do a lot of urban events here in Chicago. So for those that don't know, Chicago was I do a lot of house music. That is my love. That is what I've always done. I mean, yes, I do the top 40 and the hip hop and everything. But I've always done house music, and I do a lot of urban events. And the urban events I do are a lot of them are on the south side of Chicago. And I do a lot of promoters on the south side of Chicago, and I get booked for a lot of them. And when I walk in, as much as my name and picture are on the flyers, I don't know if just people don't see it. I don't know how they don't see it, or it's just, I don't know. It just it boggles my mind when I walk in and they're still confused. I don't know. Maybe they just think that it's the wrong picture. I don't know. Again, my name is urban. It could be Shani, Shanana, Shananane. I don't know.
Well, we were doing research and we did find a Chicago DJ name,
Yeah.
DJ
Yeah,
Shani.
there is. Yeah, there is. And my girlfriend back in the day was the Black Barbie, and her name was Shani at Disney. So, again, they could have just put the wrong picture on the flyer numerous times. I don't know. I'm just trying to find faults with everybody as many years as I've been doing the urban events and on the South Side Chicago, and for the same promoters too. But it's okay, because I could just even show you conversations I've had in emails and DMs and stuff. But again, whatever. It's just funny to me. So, I do these events, and when I walk in and they just see me walk up to the DJ booth, because a lot of these events, there'll be like 2 or 3 or 4 of us. And it'll be people like, I don't know if you guys know some of the DJs here, but it'll be like Sean Mack. I don't know if you've ever heard his name, or you probably don't know any of these names, but that's okay. But they're pretty big known DJs. Like in Chicago, some of them are like Violator All-Star DJs. Some of them are like Defect Records, stuff like that. And I'm just kind of like thrown in the middle too. And I'm like, the nobody that's kind of like thrown in there. And they'll just see me walk to the booth about to do my set, and they're like, what is this white girl? Like, oh, that must be somebody's girlfriend, and, oh, that's cute, and then all of a sudden they see me setting up, putting my laptop, and they're like, nah, she's the DJ. And I'm like, my name is on the flyer. My picture is on the flyer. I'm on the screen. Like that is, how like some people will show like a picture of them DJing from like 20 years ago, but no, I update my photos. Like it is a photo of me recently. It's not like a photo of me from 20 years ago, which I'm still white from 20 years ago still. So it still, but and they're looking at me like, no, she's about to DJ. What is she doing here? Like
Right.
it still boggles my mind. And then, all of a sudden I'll start, and I'll start either playing like the reggae set or the old school hip hop, or even like the house, depending on who I'm in between or who I'm DJing with. And then all of a sudden, you get, okay, white girl, but it's like in love when they like, it's not out of disrespect when they say it. And I'm like, all right, here we go again. Another event where I'm the okay, white girl. And then, 10 minutes into it, then I get the fist pound of like the dudes coming up, and they just, want to fist pound or high five me.
Wait. Pound Town? I'm kidding.
No, I'm playing Usher, yeah.
Okay. Usher, yeah, and then another song, and then Usher,
And
yeah.
then another
again.
song, and then Usher, yeah. But it just
All
like
right.
to me, it's just funny by now that I do these events, and it's like, oh, it's the white girl. Hey, white girl. Hey, white girl. Like, but it's like out of love that it's like, hey,
Right.
white girl. Hey, white girl. And then
Well,
you take photos of me, and they take video like I'm on display. Like
I think we all DJ like a good variety, and it's fun. It keeps it, yeah. But so what's the story? That's the story?
that
That's
is
the
the
story.
story.
Oh, that's the story. I thought I was expecting something that was going to happen from that.
That is the story. Was that
That's
a
the
boring
story.
story? Would you like another story?
No.
I could tell you another story. That was too boring for you. Would you like another story?
No, I just think you do some of these, like you were talking about some of the crazy rap parties that come in afterwards or whatever. And I was just something like someone took over the DJ booth, or I don't know, just throw it out there.
I mean, I could tell you a different story. Would you like a different story? Would you like a different story?
I got
No,
it
I
doesn't
liked it.
matter.
I thought it was
I knew
leading
where
to
you were going
something.
with the story. Drew was wanting you to name drop is what was
there's
actually happening.
there's a lot of things I can't name drop because I sign NDAs, but there's a lot of stuff I
Yep.
can't name drop.
She could tell you, but then she'd have to kill you,
And
Drew.
I'd have to tell you.
It's classified.
It's classified.
It's classified. All right, I'll take it.
So one of the segments that we always do at the end, we call the sauce. And, you know, it's advice to your younger self or anything you might wish you'd done different with your career. We'll roll this video and then we'll get into it.
The name is Bootsy, baby. And this shout out goes out to Drew and Fuse, all the way from Cincinnati to the LBC Bobble. Yeah, I was told you guys are quite the chefs. And you got a delicious sauce that you cook up. Ooh! And it drips that swagoo and breaks down the recipe. Yeah, and you giving up the pee, cause it's funky. As in good, that is, finger funkin' good. On the one by the power of the one. Yeah, without that, there is none. So get yours and be in tune with the one that loves you. Get it, baby.
All right, there
How
it is.
high was he when he did that video?
I don't know. It's Bootsy. He does what he wants.
Bootsy does what he wants. That's his tagline.
I love Bootsy. Bootsy's an OG.
Yeah.
Super OG.
So any piece of advice, anything like that you would want to tell us?
Like for my younger self.
Any younger self, current self, anything you want that is a good piece of
the
advice.
big takeaway.
Yeah, the big takeaway, don't be so hard on yourself is like one big takeaway. Just, like don't be so hard on yourself all the time and just listen more and take it like take it day by day.
That's all you can do sometimes. It really is. You try to plan stuff and sometimes you get other things come in the way. So taking things day by day, you got to plan some, but then sometimes all you can do is day by day. So yeah. I agree. Drew's a very day by day kind of guy. Some days he wakes up. Some days he wakes up and says, "I'm on a party today," and so he does it.
We'll do it live. Fuck it, man. We'll do it live. I am trying to change that day by day. I'll tell you my little piece of tips is I've always been day by day. Actually, my whole 45 years is always this is what I feel like doing today, and I'm going to do that. But I'm trying to work on a routine. I want a daily routine that it has leeway, it has like little things, but stuff needs to get filled in blocks. It's like between 12 and 2, I'm working on music. It's like I need to get stuff done, and I don't want to be handling or fucking around with social media or doing any of that. So I'm trying to get on a routine and looking towards the future a little bit more.
This podcast is an example of the routine he's trying to get on. One of the biggest problems for us was that, we're always trying to schedule things around other people. And now we're pretty much under this mindset of like, no, we record every Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern, and that's a part of our weekly schedule. So also for us that we have like a ton of shit going on, it's like, okay, now we just know every Monday for these 2 hours, we have this record time. And that's what we set aside. And now it's like moving forward too, whether we have a guest or whether we don't have a guest, this is how we're doing this show. Because we want to continue to do it, but it's really hard, when you're like trying to manage, 2 schedules and then you throw a third person in there and you're on 3 different time zones and all other stuff. So yeah. Anyway.
So routine has been one of my big takeaways. I'm sorry to add on to yours, Shani. I totally do agree with going with the flow.
Routine is
day
routine is good, and I have a routine. But as far as like for me, day by day, meaning like I have a routine as well. Like I definitely have a routine of things I do every single day. But as far as like thinking like, oh my God, I got to take care of this, that, this, I got to take care of this. I got to take there. I got to take care of this, meaning like it will get taken care of. That will be taken care of right now. I got to focus on what's going on this day.
Right. I agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Yeah.
Well, I think that's a good point for us to say thank you for coming on with us today, and we appreciate you taking the time and all that. If there's anything you want to promote or tell people where they can find you if they don't know already, hit us with it.
Yeah, if you my biggest thing would just be like Instagram. That's where I like post the most. So you definitely can find me on Instagram, Chitown Shani, all one word. It's kind of on no. Where am I?
It's right behind
it's there. The other side. Yes, it's there.
I'm like that side.
Yeah, that side. There you go.
There you go. Yeah, you can find it there.
I got your hat on right here.
Yes, you do. Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram, Chitown Shani. I will be at DJC in Atlanta. So if you guys are there, you could find me there. So I'll be walking around. I'm always by myself at these conferences. So you could definitely find me walking alone. So you could find me. We could hang out. I hate people, so I'm always alone. So you could definitely find me and hang out with me. Even though I hate people.
All of your big sponsors that you want to push?
I'm with a DOS and most of the years, but I don't care about myself. So.
I'm playing all by myself for you right now. Maybe that should have been your theme song.
That should have been my theme song. I'll start crying. Can we remix for me?
We'll get it. We'll get it going.
Well, this was awesome. I loved this podcast. Thanks so much for being on.
Thank you.
We'll see you at DJC, and we'll do some little baby shots.
Yeah, baby shots. Works for me.
All right, that's gonna wrap up the show today. Until next time, we'll see you guys later. Peace out.
Peace.